All right, three, two, one. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Take Two Podcast here on our YouTube page. I am joined by Jimmy Kustes. He is a filmmaker, an actor, a producer, a writer, and a guy I want to get to know because I got to check out a new film that he has just been a part of, very involved in, and it's a lot of fun. You guys need to check it out as well. But first, let me bring on Jimmy here. Jimmy, what's going on, brother?
Hi, yes, Body Swap, and that's the name of the. I've got the shirt on. Yeah, check it out, bodyswapmovie.com. I was the writer, producer, and actor in it. It's about a slob that trades places with a career businesswoman, and sort of meta in the title.
Very cool. All right. So we've seen this genre before, obviously, this idea, but you guys did a very interesting take on it, something unique and something fresh. And from the start, I was like, oh, when we first started interacting, I was like, okay, another body swap film. I'll watch it because we watch everything. But then once I started, it opened up. I was like, oh, this is unique. It opens up kind of like a documentary style where these two are being interviewed for what happened to them in the past. And then they kind of take us through their journey of how this guy and this girl wound up swapping bodies and then everything that ensued after that. And I was like, well, that's really unique. That's a really clever idea, an approach to take that. What kind of brought you down that road?
I think at the time, I wrote it in 2010, and I was like, an R-rated body swap comedy would be funny. And then they did one, The Change Up, and then I did other projects and just worked. And I went back to the screenplay and I wrote it, and a lot of the things from the original made it in, and we changed a few things. But the idea of maybe like the romantic comedy where you got the guy that's like slubby and the career woman, what if you swap those together? And then apparently this year they just did the same exact thing in a horror movie where the Vince Vaughn is just, they took the killer and the final girl and swapped their bodies. So it's sort of like a volcano, Dante's Peak, Mall Bart and the like Seth Rogen Mall competing. Sure. It's like two different basically just taking a genre and doing a body swap in the same thing. 2 movies this year.
I liked it, man. Okay, so you don't have Vince Vaughn or Seth Rogen in it, but you do have Ella Jordan, you do have Katie Garrett, you do have Gunnar Willis. You have some solid actors in here, and that was something that you have such a small core of actors, and that's what needed to carry the film. Not only the writing, which was very strong, but then the acting and the chemistry especially between yourself and Ella Jordan, because you play which it's very daunting right now to see. I just watched this film last night. You do not look like a slob right now. You're not the slob that I watched last night. I was like, wait a second, this guy do some keto real quick to slim off some pounds, because you're looking good now, brother.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, actually, I lost a lot of weight after because of the just doing a movie. I was like, oh, now it's real easy to do weight loss. That's like even easier than doing a whole movie. It's so much involvement. I actually, to be a slob in the movie, had to present myself more, and I might have lost like a pound or 2 to just do the fat parts. And then when I'm on the couch, you can kind of tell I'm a little bit slimmer, but not as, I was probably still 50 pounds. I probably was like 300 and then 250. You'll see some couch scenes where they follow the character after, and then like I'm about 200 now. Yeah, I just did like eating at the table, which was something I've done in the past. In my earlier years, I would eat at the table and lost like 50 pounds doing that, where you don't snack in front of the TV or do things like that. I'll eat fruit or vegetables in front of the TV, but that's the only thing. And walking a lot, just because I like doing that. I've always liked walking. It's
nice. Getting them steps in. I like it. I'm glad you didn't do the Christian Bale where he just had 1 apple and 1 can of tuna routes. I think that was from Memento that he was in, where he lost all the
just
weight.
Cutting sugary drinks will do it. It's
I believe it.
I do it incrementally. I did a different thing each month. I would do like, regular milk to almond milk. I would, stuff like that, and just introduce new things until I dropped a bunch.
It works.
Yeah.
Please.
I don't spend any, I'm a snowbird now. I don't spend any time in cold weather. So I'll leave Louisville At most, I stay till Christmas and then I leave to Florida. But I'm buying a property in Florida just because I know that if I'm in a cold climate, I put on pounds.
I gotcha. I think that adheres to us all. I'm with you. I despise the cold, and we're up in Maryland right now, and it's starting to get a little chilly. I'm like, no thanks. I might have to come visit you in Florida once you buy.
Maryland's very nice. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Uh,
Now you did, since we're talking location, you filmed everything in Louisville in Kentucky area.
yes, yes. But we played all over. The first showing was in northern Michigan.
Oh,
So it's actually this is the first time I've done like film festival stuff. The director's done like South by Southwest, Tribeca, but he's like, premiere's got to be at a big place. But I was like, I kept getting turned down by like 3 or 4. I probably should have just waited. But I went to like a town with 9,000 people, and then it kept getting bigger and bigger festivals. In 2020, we got the 29th year of Woods Hole, the 56th year of Houston. And those were our biggest. So we went up like 4 or 5 tiers in the festival thing, winning best feature. And I think that's better in a way than the premiere at Sundance or South by Southwest, because a lot of movies can land that with just a star in them. And it's so like getting curated by the festivals and the critics to like shows that it was a good movie,
gotcha.
instead of just being, one premiere and then it's done or something. So
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. All right. So I want to hear about your chemistry with Ella Jordan, because this is what really carries the film, is between yourself and Ella, and she's playing your lead, and she's whom you swap with. She is everything. She's good looking, and she has, she's in shape, and she's a career woman, and she's got all this money, not a lot of money, but she's works hard for it and all of that, and the polar opposite. So what was it like? How did you meet her? How did you get her and to come to film in Kentucky and stuff like that? And then what was it like working with her?
well, okay, so I put out a casting call and I got a audition from her. And so because of the nature of the movie, like how we did things, we never even talked with her on Skype or Zoom. That was not popular at the time. I mean, we did talk with some of the actors, but we never even got a hold of her and probably should have like done something on there. And then she was actually in Louisville for the Derby,
Oh, wow.
but only for the Derby. And it was like a week before filming. I was like, why don't you come meet us? It's like, I'm only here for Derby and I'm gone. I'm like, okay. She's that type of person where it's like, okay, I'll just see you in a week. It's like, well, we're shooting a movie, but okay, all right. I
Sure.
mean, you're in town. But she was from Los Angeles, and that was the first time she went to Louisville. Was like a week earlier. She got invited to the Derby from a sports podcast, Barstool Sports. She was working with.
Gotcha.
So she got out there, and then but I knew from her auditions that we'd get along, and she said at the end of it that it was one of like her best experiences on her social media and stuff. That doing the movie was a lot of fun. So yeah, I thought we'd get along because we're very similar. I could tell in the audition on our YouTube videos. So it's almost in the audition process, I saw a lot of people that were very feminine, and I was like, well, it's going to be hard for them to play a guy. And so if you just have to play a girl for like, she's only a girl for like 10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and she does like makeup and hair and modeling and it's typically girly things, but she's got like, I would say, a duality to her. So
Nice, nice.
like,
The uniqueness of this film also, with all the body swap things is how do they switch back? There's always it wasn't a desperate adventure to switch back. There was a learning, and there was a finding yourself by being somebody else type of growing within the characters. And I thought that was really smart and had some charm to it. And I'm not going to give anything away because folks, you need to watch this, but the way that they switched back, I thought was really well done. And I thought it was something that no one's thought of before, and a oneness and becoming one, not only with yourself, but then with others. Again, I don't want to give too much away with that, but I thought that thought process was wild. And I wanted to commend you for that, for coming up with something a little bit different.
Well, thank you for noticing. Cause like, that was the main goal, was like an idea. I don't think in real life, Love's probably not like that, but I like to imagine that it is.
Sure.
A lot of the times it's just like, oh, you have, oh, I like eating food with you or something. But I like the idea of like two people becoming one. Was a good was a romantic uh, idea of love that I liked.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Okay, so you've got this on. Is it on Vimeo right now?
Vimeo, yeah.
Vimeo.
Yeah, bodyswapmovie.com will take you to it, or you go to Vimeo on demand and you look up Body Swap, and it's the 4K cinema release. So like it's about the price of one movie ticket. So if you were to watch it with a significant other, then it's like
Save
savings
cash.
right there. So that's one of the things of coronavirus is you get these movies before they, uh, like you would watch these independent movies in theaters and stuff. So you can watch them at home before they get to the other platforms. But it'll be on iTunes and Amazon later on, sometime down the line.
Oh, okay. We'll have to get you back on to chat about that once they drop there. The Vimeo, I thought Zack Snyder was the only guy that still had it, so I'm glad that you're keeping that alive, you and him.
No, it's doing well on demand.
Nice.
They have an on-demand section, and it's just like iTunes or Amazon, and like Amazon takes, I don't know, 40, 50%, and iTunes only takes 30, but Vimeo only takes 10%.
Oh,
So
wow.
I like that aspect of it. Yeah, it's fun.
Nice, good stuff. It is well worth it, folks. Jump on there. Again, bodyswap.com is where you can find it, and I'm sure that'll take you to all of the links, man. Brother, my wife and I, just on personal, we went to Louisville on a vacation one time, fell in love with the city. I'm a big derby guy, I'm a big horse racing fan,
Oh, cool.
and also a big bourbon fan. So we did the whole bourbon trail type thing, and we went Jim Beam and Maker's Mark, all those kind of areas. And it was great, man. You have a beautiful town.
Oh, we'll have to have you back when we do the next one's about a princess of Kentucky.
Okay.
All the states have a princess, and so my ex-girlfriend, we're broken up. We're only pretending to be together for the holidays, but to go to our parents and stuff. But after I've already gone to her parents, I got to go to my parents alone because she's now become Princess of Kentucky.
Oh, fun.
So it's like a movie idea of uh, I don't know why I'm promoting a movie I haven't even shot yet, but it's like fine idea.
Hey, that's the business. That's the ever-making filmmaker. Be ready for more because I got more coming up. Listen, you say the word, I'll send you my audition tape in a second. I forgot to mention something earlier that cracked me up was in the very beginning of Body Swap, your little Hallmark, parody Christmas thing. That I thought was hilarious. I thought that was well done. The one guy that wanted to fulfill his dream of being an Olympic fencer, I thought it was good stuff. It was a good parody. Well done.
Yeah, that was filmed after everything else, and we learned so much. We had like 5 crew, an epic 5 crew instead of like 3 or 4, and red cameras. We had like the Panasonic like $2,000 camera to shoot the movie. People said, "Oh, the budget's low," and I was like, "Well, the first movie we did was $0," and so I felt like this was like at least had some. But if you like a low budget type of independent film, like with a little bit of character to it, there's a little bit of grit. It's got a little bit of, so I think that's our audience, and we've been popular, I think, with a lot of people. I'm very happy with how much people like it. So
You should be, man. All honesty, it was fun. It was a fun ride, and a low budget with a little bit of character and grit. That's a great line. That's a great tagline to describe it, and I think that's a perfect way. Jimmy, thank you so much for coming on. I can't wait to talk to you again down the road. I am going to send you my audition tape, by the way, for any future projects you have. Sorry, you're stuck with it now. Sorry.
I'm going to be having reviewers and all these people in there. They're going to be like, "Oh, you're greasing the wheels," but yeah, I'd like to meet you. That'd be fun. Can't, but neat. Do you want to do more for like the podcast or anything right now, or?
No, we're good to go, man. We did more audio than I thought we were going to do, so that's perfect. So
Great.
thank you. Thanks for coming on. Take